All right, so we know some of your favorite parts of WearTesters Trash Talk is the comic book / movie aspect. There wasn't a lot of big news where we could talk about a single subject. No trailers dropped, no rumors, nothing like that. But we had a little interesting, tasty hors d'oeuvres, would you say, of comic book facts. So let's just talk about it. We're just gonna pack a few things in here.
We got a few nuggets.
Few nuggets. American, European. Anyways, so first one. My favorite superhero of all time. Yeah, I mean, he to me is just Marvel #1 guy.
Dr. Manhattan. Just kidding.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man concept, whether it was fan-made, I don't think it was fan-made. I really do believe that it was a concept art for what it actually might look like.
The potential first Spider-Man made costume by Peter Parker for the movie.
So excited. Me being Spider-Man stan, dude. It looks awesome. I only have one complaint about the suit, is the shoes. He's not wearing shoes. He's wearing like clothes on his feet.
Was he?
Yes.
Hold on, let me time out. Let me just double check. So, that is pretty weird. I didn't notice that.
Chris just saw that. Put some Speed Form Apollos on the boy. Look, right there. Make this blue.
Some water shoes or something.
I would even take those weird finger shoes. Or put the Spider-Man foam posits on him. That's the one thing I don't like. Everything else though, I even like the knee pads. I mean, dude, he can do some pretty cool things with the knee pads. Slide all the way across, kick some fools in the face. I mean, it looks sick. He's got the backpack. It all makes sense. It looks like a kid made that costume, which was a major loophole in all Spider-Man films. It's like, dude, where do you get this sick ass costume? Who made Peter Parker's a genius, not a master knitter. Okay, so who made this? Is that person blind? Maybe that person who made his costume is blind and doesn't know Spider-Man. Even then, the guy has to know what he's making. Anyways, that's a nerd rant. My favorite part, I love the Sam Raimi films, especially the first one. I think it's one of the most underrated films ever. Number 2 is so good. I mean, if you like 3, I mean, good on you. I liked it. The best scenes out of the Sam Raimi trilogy was when he was fighting Macho Man Randy Savage in the cage.
You're going nowhere.
And he had the suit. And then after that, he went chasing after Uncle Ben's killer, which...
He was wearing some Nike Vandals.
Dude, that is so awesome. I love that scene. I wish there was more of that costume.
I used to own, there was a guy, I told you this before, there was a guy that sold that shirt, like replicas of it, or they weren't replicas, but like he bought a bunch of red long sleeves, he made the stencil, and then he applied the look or whatever, and it was a replica version of that t-shirt, and I bought it off of eBay. I used to wear it all the time and get hella compliments and from fellow nerds.
So cool. Next hors d'oeuvre or nugget is Michael Shannon, who plays Zod in the DC Cinematic Universe, if we want to call it that yet. He gave an interview where he either A, totally catfished us and like threw us a curveball and he's smart about it, or B, he's dumb about it, which I'm leaning towards, and gave up some potential spoilers to the Batman v Superman, where he said that Zod
supposedly has flippers.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm a Spider-Man fan, so I'm not too familiar with Doomsday and Batman v Superman action. So,
let me take this.
This guy knows it, so
let me take this
educate me, and let's see what happens.
So,
what could the flippers mean?
First off, I think the flippers are mocap.
Okay.
So I think it's just a prosthetic just to show you, or not you, but like him as the actor, that this is how far your hands are going to reach.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a logical point.
It's possible because in the movie, spoiler, there is supposedly, spoiler, going to be Doomsday towards the end. So in the trailer, the Batman v Superman trailer, where they show the little Dark Knight kind of throwback image, the little still image of Batman, you know, doing the thing off of the building or whatever, off the building corner, you see the big red... Everybody's thinking of that Superman because right before that scene, you see him like fly off into him and shit. But Superman's not going to sit there and be like, I am going to disintegrate your ass right now. No matter how bad Batman pisses him off. So, what I think is that that's Doomsday, which is what Wonder Woman was clashing her things at, and all of that shit. So, at the end, a big threat that nobody's ever... whatever, it brings them all together, right? So that's what I think is going to happen. I think that Michael Shannon as Zod is going to be Doomsday.
Okay.
So we might see a brainless, beefed up, fucking zombied out monster version of Zod as Doomsday.
Did that happen in the books?
No, so Doomsday in the comic books was actually, one was a genetically made to kill Superman.
Who made it?
I can't even remember because there's so many different versions.
You have to assume Lex is involved in this one.
It wasn't quite Lex. I can't. Man, it's been so long.
Right.
But then another version was that he's from a planet. Like he's like some kind of being that a rage monster or whatever.
Okay.
So, but he was like brainwashed. That's some of this. I have the books, but they're in storage, so I haven't read them in a long time. What I think is that they're gonna just take little aspects of everything, and the only logical way to bring something like Doomsday about in this movie, if it's going to be somewhat grounded in reality, I think that they're going to have to use Lex to bring it out of Zod, and so I think Zod is going to be Doomsday. So that's all I think it is. I don't think it's going to be anything crazy. I don't think you're going to see a guy with flippers running around.
Aquaman.
Well, see, that's the thing though, is that some people have brought up Aquaman and everything, but I think you're literally gonna like there's gonna be a very small, because
look, when I heard the flippers,
got his own stuff going on.
When I heard flippers, the first thing I thought was Aquaman, but what she said, both scenarios makes total sense. Well, I mean, there's only one thing we can do.
Just gotta wait and see.
Wait and see. Next hors d'oeuvre, nugget, Black Panther. Wow, Wakanda, straight out of Wakanda. So, set photos released of him. I want to know what your thoughts of on the costume, and tell me on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you to see this character enter the MCU?
I just saw these images just a second ago because I didn't even know that they had been released. The costume looks exactly like the comic books. Black Panther is a really dope character.
Oh yeah.
He's been done really well in animated form, and so I'm very excited to see what they could do with him in live action. On a scale of 1 to 10, I mean, I don't know. I'm excited for all of it, so it's like,
dude,
I don't have like a level
100. I'll tell you why. Because Black Panther is a character that he's part of their government. Yeah, he's the prince.
He's a prince.
He's part of their, like, he's really in tune with Wakanda politics and stuff.
Well, the king, it's being the Black Panther in Wakanda is not just an honor, but it's your duty.
Yes. So when he is brought in initially as a spy for Wakanda to the Avengers, even though
in the books or in this movie?
In the books.
Okay.
And so you never really knew what his motives were, what side he was on, even though it may appear like, oh, he's joining the Avengers. There was always that card where he's like, dude, Wakanda for life, I'm a spy. Well, I'm making sure you guys are in check.
He's kind of like Batman, where Batman's always like 100% for Gotham.
Yes.
Only when the whole world is in danger, which means Gotham's in danger, does Batman be like, fine, I'll help you out.
Right.
Black Panther's like that, where whatever motives you think he has, his ultimate motive is always just protection of his homeland.
Right.
And that's it.
I think his character is going to hate the Avengers initially because of what Hulk and Iron Man did to if it was in Wakanda or not, or just outside of Wakanda, whatever. But
I don't. Yeah, it was in Wakanda because they were that Ulysses Claw, Andy Serkis's character.
Well, that was in. They said that was in Wakanda.
Yeah. So, well, that's where they fought.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So it was in Wakanda.
After he got.
So he's gonna hate what they did because people definitely died in that. Dude, Black Panther. The costume looks sick. Even the intricate details in the concept art showed like tribal patterns on the underlay. I hope they put that. It looks sweet. And for those people complaining about how they don't want to see Black Panther in the day, like these set photos showed,
they recorded that whole chase scene between Captain America and Winter Soldier, when he threw the shield on the roof and the dude turned around and grabbed it, that was all recorded in the daytime.
Yes, daytime. So, guys, Hollywood filters.
They know how to do it.
They can do it, so don't freak out. But, I mean, wow, Black Panther.
Looks sick.
Nice.
I've been very happy with the visual representation other than Cap's Avengers 1 costume.
Last thing, this is going to be very short. I just want Chris's thoughts on this. Captain Marvel. She's a badass. Badass.
Yes.
What would you think of Ronda Rousey being Captain Marvel?
I keep hearing that shit, dude, and it's the same thing with everything. It's where somebody thinks that somebody else looks like the character, then obviously that's the logical choice to choose, which is dumb. You can make anybody look like anything. They made, what's that guy's name that plays Captain America?
Chris Evans.
They made Chris Evans a skinny twerp, in Captain America 1, the first Avenger.
Right.
Who gives a fuck?
That was our comic book little
Nerd rant.
or door meal. All right.
Little nuggets. Little nuggets.